Alright, so welcome back guys, welcome to your first time here. I'm Vision Hero Binary Teamer, bringing you guys another video. Today I'm giving you guys my review for The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 19, One More. Now after walk today, something you're interested in, don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon to not miss more Walking Dead content from me moving forward. Now let's begin. So we're now at the halfway mark of these extra episodes for The Walking Dead Season 10. Now this one was called One More, Episode 19. Now, this is a tricky one for me. At one hand, I feel like it 100% it qualifies as a filler episode. But at the other hand, it also had some good, fun, and interesting topics covered in this episode. So I'm kind of mixed because I feel like this is an episode where if you miss the episode, you don't miss much. There's really nothing of significance that happens here. It's just complete filler and like just to make money. Like I said, these episodes are mainly just meant to make money off of Walking Dead content for AMC because they lost a lot of money within the last year due to the pandemic. So I feel like they're just trying to pump out these 6 extra episodes as a way to gain more money from, ads and whatnot. But as for this episode, I do feel like it was stronger than the Daryl episode. I know a lot of people, especially on here on YouTube, have praised that Daryl episode, saying it was great. Again, if you watched my review for that episode, I 100% disagree. I think it was a very weak episode, a very slow and kind of just boring episode. I get the one thing I liked from there was the relationship between Daryl and Leah, but even then it was kind of questionable of how much I liked it. Now this one, as I feel like was better, but like I always state with these reviews is whether or not it has good enough rewatch value. And this one has next to zero rewatch value, which hurts it a lot more. Whenever I look at an episode, I always look at the rewatch value, and honestly, depending on how good of the rewatch value there is, this one just doesn't cut it. So it loses a lot of points in that area. But this episode definitely was interesting and good in regards to the story. I mean, again, it was just them traveling, looking for supplies. Now, this is one con I do have within the episode is the fact that it's been 10 years in the apocalypse, and pretty much any supplies that they would have would have found would have been picked clean. I mean, grocery stores would have been picked clean. Any gun stores would have been picked clean. Like, they're not gonna find any weapons or food out there. And I know that there's like this whole thing regarding Maggie giving them supplies, but still, I just don't believe, no matter what, whether Maggie had given them a map or not, that there would be any supplies left. So I just don't believe the whole thing. And again, we're 10 years into the apocalypse based on Judith's age. She's 9, 10, 11, somewhere around there. Like, there's no more scavenging. So I just don't understand the whole thing. So I just don't understand it. But you got some good story, and I like how you got the difference between the two of the characters. You got Gabriel, who doesn't want to give up, and Aaron, who's just kind of done with the whole thing. He's one to just go back. He doesn't care anymore. So I like that dynamic between the two of them and how they're out searching for this food and just have different complex views on why they're doing this. So I really like that. It was a good way to kind of keep the episode interesting. Now we end up having them at this, I think it was like this toy store or something like that, and we have them end up finding like this bottle of scotch, and they killed this boar so they can have some food and supplies, which was nice and cool. And you get some nice moments back and forth as they play cards. I really like it. It was fun. It was something different. Like, you don't see them usually just sit around and doing stuff like that. So it was nice to have something different there. And then later on in the episode, you do get some good backstory regarding Gabriel and his journey to become a priest and his mentor stuff. So I really did like that. I feel like that was a very strong part of the episode. It really gave like Father Gabriel more backstory to the character. I mean, I feel like it wasn't like a huge part of his backstory, but at least gave like a tiny bit of like backstory to the character that is more interesting than just what we have known of him so far. Now, later on, you end up having Aaron being captured by this guy, Maze, who was at the place where they were staying as well, and he ends up meeting Gabriel in the morning, and they pretty much have a standoff. Now, this is one area where I'm questionable, is why did he wait overnight to take him? I mean, he has a shotgun. I mean, yes, there are two of them, but really all he had to do was take one of them at gunpoint. Like, you really believe they would have surrendered? Like, they would have surrendered, right? They wouldn't have tried to fight the guy off. So it just didn't really make sense to me why he waited that long. I mean, somewhat maybe because he got information on them, but at the same time, it just still didn't make too much sense. But he ends up, going sitting them down, and he forces them to play Russian roulette. He believes there's no good people left in the world, and that everybody's selfish or whatnot. Now, this is an area where I get annoyed, because it's at this point where you think that this is just one thing that's been done to death on The Walking Dead. I mean, you had it in season 2, you had it in, I think it was season 4, and then you had it during All Out War in season 8. You always get these story arcs where you got our characters running into these people who, are evil, but seeing that there could be some goodness left in them. And then at the end of the day, they end up being evil. So I hate those things that they do, because it's just been done to death on the series. So I really hated that they incorporated that here. I understand what they're going for, and I feel like the Russian roulette did try to, make things a little bit more interesting. But at the same time, it just felt like they just didn't really know what to do. And even the Russian roulette was somewhat stupid. I mean, they were both, either one of them was going to die at one point. I mean, I didn't expect either one of these characters to die, since, like, these are extra episodes. They're like, they don't matter, so I didn't expect any of them to die. But either way, if they put the gun to their head or shot the other person, like, one of them would end up dead. So it just doesn't make any sense to me. But at the end of the day, Gabriel is able to get the upper hand and then kills him, much to Aaron's shock. Now, one of the things I did find interesting within the episode is how Aaron talks about how they haven't gone about ever, like, saving and recruiting people like he used to do back in the earlier seasons and the earlier days. So I really like that, and I feel like he was hoping that he could save this guy, but he was just too far gone, which I like that. Again, I like that they have, Aaron bring up what he used to do in the past. It's just a nice callback. But again, we knew this guy was most likely going to die. I mean, there are probably some people that thought he was gonna live, but at the same time, at the end of the day, he mostly was gonna die. And you got him who dies, and I feel like due to the fact that the actor playing him was his big name, people probably were expecting him to be, a reoccurring character within the next remaining of the last few episodes, or maybe into season 11. But then they, go and cap him, and he's killed off. And then you got the end of the episode where they go up to, like, the top of the store, and they find that he had chained up his brother. It was revealed earlier that his, like, brother, I guess, betrayed him or went insane or whatever. And I guess the Maze forced his brother to, play Russian roulette, which inadvertently caused the death of both his daughter and his wife. And then he, I guess, handcuffed and took his brother captive up there. And I guess, it was okay, but at the end of the day, the brother ends up capping himself as well. Like, again, this guy was also played by the same actor due to the fact that they made them twins, which, I don't know, it just felt, like, silly, and just felt, like, unnecessary in regards of storytelling. I feel like the whole episode was just filler, having bringing on this big named actor, making fans think he might stick around, and then he caps himself twice within the episode. Like, it just is stupid. I mean, there were some good elements. I did like at the beginning of the episode when they were killing the walkers with all the blood falling onto the flowers and stuff. That was cool. And that's just one thing I want to bring up regarding the walker kills. Is the reason why they had to do that is most likely due to COVID. With the whole social distancing thing, they probably can't get close up to the extras to kill them or to kill off the walkers, because I doubt these extras probably are just brought on. They probably just are there. I doubt they are taking precautions with them. I doubt they're tested whenever they go there. I mean, they're extras, so I doubt they're, like, AMC's big priority. So I just feel like they use either off-screen walker kills, which I feel like they did here and in episode 17, or they either just use fake walkers or whatever. So I feel like they have done that here, which made the episode kind of feel weak, but at the same time I like the different ideas within the blood spilling onto the flowers. I mean, this was an okay episode. Again, it was all filler. You could skip this episode and not miss anything. So if I had to give this episode a grade, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10, nothing higher, and that's honestly being pretty generous. I might have given it a 6.5 out of 10, but I'm gonna be a little bit more generous and give it a 7 out of 10, nothing higher, just an okay to meh episode. Let me know your thoughts and opinions about this episode in the comment section down below. So yeah guys, that's my review of The Walking Dead Season 10 Episode 19, One More. As always, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up and share. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button down below and hit that bell icon to miss more Walking Dead content from me moving forward. And go follow me on Instagram and Twitter, which is linked in the about section of my YouTube channel. As always, my Vision Hero Blind Entertainment, and I'll see you next time.